Hey there, I'm talking today about two things I decided to put in the same review because these are two things that really don't need too many more YouTube reviews on them. But I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents anyway on the Fisher Space Pen and the Victorinox Pioneer. So first of all, the Fisher Space Pen, it's my go-to pen, and it's actually the first pen I've sort of purchased since I decided to move out of the disposable pen cycle of like unremarkable and unreliable type Bic pens. I'm sure like if you're a pen person, and there are pen people, very similar how there's knife people and torch people, I'm sure if you're a pen person, me saying that my Fisher Space Pen is the best pen or my favourite pen is probably like me saying to a knife person that the Gerber LST is the best knife and my favourite knife. It's a good knife, but it's very definitely an entry-level knife to someone who's probably just decided that they're going to start carrying a pocket knife. As is the Gerber LST, the design of the Fisher Space Pen is an enduring and unchanged one that will no doubt fetch the market for the people who are uninitiated. So just as I'm sure that if I was to get into pens, this would be the first step to a world of no doubt different inks and chassis and nibs, and whether it's fountain or whether it's ballpoint, all that sort of stuff. It's probably a bit like how the LST, it's a pretty basic knife made of basic materials. You can then start upgrading into G10 handles and super blade steels and serrations or spear points or pocket clips or things like that. So that's sort of where it sits, and I've got no illusions that I'm very much a noob. Preamble aside, these are things I like about the Fisher Space Pen. The bullet, I like the ink. It is a fine tip ballpoint. The medium tip is just a little bit too gluggy to me. It's good ink, it's never particularly smudgy, but with the medium I was noticing you get a bit of a blob every now and then, which does smudge when you get a blob. I haven't had that experience with the fine just yet, so writing upside down. Fine. There we go. So I like the ink. The ink's good. As you'll probably know, it's under pressure, because that's how it's the Space Pen, because they pressurise the ink. If you get a pair of pliers and cut this ink tube, it would burst all over you and ruin your pants. So there you go. So it's the Fisher fine ink. You can still apparently send $6 to them, which is quite cute, and they change your ink over for you, mail it back to you. Very old fashioned. I also like the machine grip before the tip, so it's just that sort of, I guess it's like kind of the knife equivalent to jimping on the spine. That just stops your fingers from sliding too far down the pen. I think the coolest thing about the Space Pen, and probably what sells so many of them, is that it's so small when it's folded or when it's sheathed, so to speak, not used. But then when you take this off, you fit that snugly in the back, and it does fit snugly in the back. Like it doesn't just shake off. It becomes a full-size pen with the end sitting in the webbing of your thumb like it should. And I know people hold pens differently. Some people like hold them like this and stuff, but I hold them with my index pointing at the nib, and it's just really comfortable. So I like that a lot. I wasn't too fond of the pocket clip that came with the pen. It's like a slide-on number, and just as it slid off quite easily, you slide it on, wedge it down, you think it's fine, but then just the daily wear on it, I guess, perhaps loosens it up, and within a week or so it had fallen off and it was gone forever. So wasn't too fussed about the pen clip, but everything else about it has just been great. This is made of chrome. I think it's that nickel silver sort of stuff. Very high polish, high shine, stainless material. Basic stats: 17 grams, 96 millimeters when it's closed, like that, and when you open it, it opens out to 136 millimeters. You really don't notice it in your pocket. It's not like carrying a big chunky tactical pen or anything like that. Although it is quite stout and well made, so if you were holding it and had to give someone a poking with it, it probably wouldn't snap and break like a plastic pen would. So it's another consideration for just the ongoing tacticalization of every single item that we carry, isn't it? Oh well. So that is the Space Pen out of the way. I'll get all that nonsense off and just move on quickly to the Pioneer. The Victorinox Pioneer is a sort of the big brother to the Victorinox Cadet in the Alox aluminium oxide handled Swiss Army knife. You get the same tools as the Cadet, which are, the Cadet has the opener layer, which every Victorinox seems to have. So can and bottle opener with their various ancillary tools. So you got your little screwdriver tip and your little wire stripper there. And of course you've got your main blade, which is sort of one of the bigger pocket knife examples of the Victorinox main blade. And then on the Cadet you would have a nail file, but on the Pioneer, because it's sort of like the daddy one, you get a awl or a reamer, which is just for punching holes and things, which is good. It's a good little handy tool. You use them, well, I use it a fair bit. I'll probably use it more than the nail file slash nail cleaner, so there you have it. As everyone knows, Victorinox is made of all stainless steel. It's a soft stainless that sharpens really easily and takes a great edge, but the edge only lasts, you know, a few cuts. But yeah, I think this one, I've got it very sharp on my work sharp, so you can get it particularly sharp just using a very arbitrary system of what is the work sharp, which any idiot can use really. So good steel for what you pay for it. A little engraving plate on the back, which I haven't used. You don't get the any of the handle tools, the toothpick or the tweezers or the pen. You get a little keyring on the back. You don't get any rear tools either. They've sort of tried to keep it as thin and as lightweight as possible, and it is quite thin. Still a bit thicker, like it's a fair bit thicker than a Cadet. You can sort of see the liners there, the two lighter silver liners on the outside. They're a bit on the thicker side, but then the tools are a bit more heavy duty as well. So certainly a good sort of still a gentleman or a formal occasion type pocket knife, I would say. And that is the Victorinox Pioneer and the Victorinox, sorry, not Victorinox, the Fisher Space Pen, which actually make quite a handsome little couple, don't they? I think, like if you could go for that all silver theme to your daily carry. Us men like to accessorise too, so let's track ourselves down a stainless steel torch, and you'll have quite the little trio, I would say. Anyway, that's about all for this quick little video, and I'll thank you very much for watching. See you again. Bye now.